You know, the retired football player Michael Oher, who, his story inspired the book and the movie The Blind Side. Well, news on him today. He's now free from his conservatorship. That decision, made by a Tennessee judge earlier today, comes after Oher had filed a lawsuit against Leanne and Sean Tuohy back in August. That lawsuit alleged that the Tuohys had been misleading him into believing that they were adopting him. So for some context on this, we're joined now by Jesse Weber, legal contributor at NewsNation. Jesse, good to have you on the show. As everybody knows the movie. A lot of people read the book, so there's a lot of interest in this story. Give us the legal background on what was actually at stake here.
Right. First of all, Connell, congratulations on the show. Haven't had a chance to see you. Welcome to News Nation. Yeah, this is a complicated case. I remember we all followed The Blind Side, one of my favorite movies. And it's really sad because we all assume that the Tuohys had adopted Michael Oher, brought him into the family. And then we learned this year that he never was legally an adopted child, that they had instituted a conservatorship over him, which many people will know that term became very familiar over the past few years because that was what happened with Britney Spears. And usually a conservatorship is put upon somebody who can't take care of themselves. They have somebody else put in place to take care of their finances and their affairs. And here, when the conservatorship was actually ended by the judge, she even said, I can't believe this got done because there is no evidence whatsoever that Michael Oher had any kind of disability where he wouldn't be able to take control of his affairs. So right now, he has come out in 2023 and said that the Tuohys misled him, that they made him sign a document thinking that he was going to be adopted when really it was handing over his rights under this conservatorship. Now it's a battle back and forth to determine why exactly this was put in place, whether or not the family received any kind of financial benefit that they shouldn't have, and whether any misrepresentations happened. So there's a lot we don't know. I will tell you, it's not unexpected that this conservatorship ended. There seemed no reason that it should continue at this point.
Okay, so for Oher, who had a very good career in the NFL, he's now retired. What's next for him? To your point, there's just still a lot of kind of blanks to be filled in here. Even though he made a lot of money playing football, a lot of money maybe that he lost out on, can he claw some of that back? I mean, what might happen next in Michael Oher's case?
So that's the million-dollar question, although I don't know what the number really would be. He's asking for a full accounting, right, from the Tuohys. Well, what did you receive on my benefit? You were in control of my finances. What did you get? Now, the Tuohys have come forward and said, we may have had a conservatorship, but we didn't take advantage of it in any way. When it came to The Blind Side, we all split what they say was a modest proceeds of this movie. Each one of us got $100,000. You got paid $100,000. We even paid the taxes on the money that you earned. So we didn't receive any kind of benefit whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised if a court orders that there needs to be an accounting of what the Tuohys received, but based on their comments, maybe it's really not as much or what we think it might be or that Oher claims it to be. It really might not be millions and millions of dollars. So right now, I think there needs to be more transparency about what deals did they negotiate on his behalf, because it also seems that when he went to the NFL, all that money went to him. All those deals were negotiated by him and his representatives. So it does become a question, maybe in his early years, did they receive any money or any financial benefit that they shouldn't have?
So that's, the Oher side of it. For the Tuohys, obviously they don't look good in all of this. But what about the lawsuit? Did it open them up to any kind of legal questions, any kind of criminal cases that could be brought, or is it just a civil case over and done with once this is finally resolved once and for all?
Well, I got to tell you, the fact that the conservatorship was actually entered into, how a court signed off on this, it makes me wonder, and I'm purely speculating here, what was told to the court on the behalf of the Tuohys? That's a central question. That's an important question. Now, they have come forward and said, look, the reason they did this and the reason they needed a conservatorship was that was the only way that Michael Oher would be able to get into Ole Miss. There was a specification that he wouldn't be able to get in unless they had a conservatorship over him. And so that's been their justification, but they're defending themselves. They said they didn't engage in any fraud, any misrepresentations. They have even claimed that Michael Oher knew he wasn't adopted 10 years ago or 2011 when he wrote a book. So there's no meeting of the minds here. He said there has to be an understanding of what really happened here. And I think it's going to be up to the court to actually determine who's telling the truth in all of this, because it's really a complicated, and I'll tell you, very ugly situation between this family.
No, it is an ugly situation because it was such a great story, the Michael Lewis book and the movie that followed, and it really kind of captured the nation. And, even the sports world, it changed a little bit the way the NFL was played, and left tackles were looked at differently, all of this kind of stuff. And then, it wasn't all it was seemed to be. So it's interesting to watch it all play out. Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.